Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Tamra says her goal is to have conversations with people with no alcohol in her. Later on in this episode, Jen and Gina pointed out to her and to us that she was clearly on a Xanax. Shannon asked her what was in her glass. She said it was water. And Shannon knows darn well that that was not water in Tamra's glass. Child, it's ghetto over here. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 19, Episode 6. What voodoo you do? How would you rate this week's episode, besties? Mm, it was entertaining. Not my favorite, not like super duper good. I can give it roughly about a 6. Yeah, that's what I can do. Besties, you drop down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode. And please like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on so that you know each and every time I post my content. Now, remember the rules of engaging on Behind the Shade is your comments should reflect your views on the episode. Do not come in my comments trying to be the grammar police, trying to tell me, what word I picked, what vernacular I'm using, sweetheart, this is not the place for you. Because, honey, the block parties can start whenever you want them to, okay? So let's engage, be respectful. You don't need to correct me. We're here to have fun. If you're too uptight to enjoy and kiki and haha, and you so busy in my vernacular triggers you, then I think you should keep scrolling. Scroll on. Or we're going to have a block party, honey. Okay? Is that understood, besties? Be respectful. We're here to have fun. I'm here to bring some kiki and some haha into your life with these shows. Don't come for me, and I won't come for you. Okay? It's the next day in New Orleans. Gina and Emily separate the group of girls. Gina takes Gretchen, Heather, and Jen with her on a trolley. They're headed towards the French market. Emily has the troublemakers, which is Shannon, Tamra, and Katie. Not the troublemakers. So they're going to go off for the day because, honey, Gina is like, I'm trying to have fun. And Gina really planned a fun time in New Orleans. I'm really enjoying what they're out there doing and just, they are experiencing New Orleans. Okay, so Shannon is at the room like, I'm not going anywhere with Katie. I'm not eating beignets. I'm not doing nothing with Katie. So Katie said, hey, good, go off. Y'all do your thing. I'm going to do mine. Peace. So on the trolley, Gina asks Jen and Gretchen, are they going to address their issues with Tamra? Because, Gina is getting tired of Tamra. She's just, let's address it. Let's come and have some resolve. So Heather says Tamra is going through a lot because of Teddy, and she's making progress with her therapy. Okay. And Tamra does want to talk to Gretchen. Now, Gretchen is willing to move forward with Tamra, but she's skeptical. And that's what I like about Gretchen. She's like, okay, girl. She ain't here for it. She is guarded. You understand? So Gina and the girls, they're in the French market. They're having their beignets. They are just like, oh my goodness. And I really love the part where Heather blew the powder into the camera. I just thought that was really lighthearted and fun. And it's just good to see the girls having a good time. So Emily and the troublemakers, minus Katie, are at the original Cafe Du Monde having the original beignets. Okay. Shannon asks, what should I do about Katie? And Emily says, just be indifferent, you know. And so Emily is struggling with her beignets because, honey, that powder is all over her black faux leather pants. And let me tell you, besties, my advice, because I love New Orleans. I've been there several hundreds of millions of times. I used to go every year for Essence, the Essence Music Festival, when it was just the bomb. And then I've done Mardi Gras, and I've taken my mother there. We were going on a cruise that left out of New Orleans, so we got a chance to hang out there. And she has been wanting to get back, and we haven't made the time to. But anyway, never wear dark colors when you go eat beignets. That powder is going to get on your clothes. Don't ever wear black, navy blue, dark gray. Try to make that a day where you're wearing white, something light, wearing patterns, you know, because you can wipe the powder off easier with a light color. That's all I'm saying. You heard it from me. Never wear dark colors, solid dark colors to go eat beignets. It is hard to get that stuff off of black. You will ruin your outfit. Not like it won't come out, but it's hard to wipe it off and get it off clean. Okay, so Heather's asking Gina and Jen, like, do they plan to get married again? Just having conversation. So Gina is like, she doesn't know. She's like, so Heather's like, but the kids would like that, right? She was like, yeah, they would love that. And so she's like, and Jen, and she's like, she agrees with Gina. She's like, because we don't have to, but her reasoning comes from her fear. She's fearful of it not working out and having to go back into survival mode because let's face it, Jen knows she's not that girl. Some girls just are not built to be independent women, independent, strong women. Okay. She has to be in a relationship. She has to be taken care of. She has too many kids. So then Katie shows up and they're like, where are you coming from? What's going on? What happened? Katie's like, oh, Shannon don't want to be around me. And Shannon tells us, honey, she has no interest in coexisting around Katie, even though she is coexisting around Tamra. But she says it's different. It's different. Emily says that Jen told her Shannon, Emily says that Jen told her Shannon told her not to roll on her. I got to figure out how to say that better. But you understand what I'm saying? I think you do. I think I heard me. I think I understood it. So Shannon is acting like she does not understand the phrase roll on her. What does that mean? Roll on. Let me get my roll. Did she get into her little, let me get roll on. Da-da-da-da-da. So Emily is explaining to us clearly it means don't F me over and make up with Tamra. That is what allegedly what Shannon told Jen. Do not get back cool with Tamra. You on my side, not hers. So Shannon tells Tamra she was a lot last year. And Shannon says, I was at my lowest point dealing with the breakup, the DUI, and the lawsuit. And Tamara, you just kept calling me a drunk and an alcoholic every chance you got. Tamara says, that's why now I only drink one drink. And Tamara says, because after the one drink, she gets mean and dirty. And you do. And you do. Tamara asks, can we all can we let it all go? Tamara's trying to save their 10-year friendship. Shannon is like, I'm not gonna hop in, nah, because I don't like fighting. And I don't want to roll over and roll on it. Whatever y'all said, I said. I don't want to do neither one of those. So Tamra tells Shannon that she loves her and she's sorry. Shannon wants to sit with coexisting for now. She is just, and I don't blame her. Honey, last year Tamra wore me out. There was a time I liked Tamra. Tamra wore me down last season. And she kept saying it because she loves her and that's her friend. And she's trying to show her, giving her some tough love. But it was like, you can't be drunk, Tamra, calling somebody else a drunk. Okay? And then you were hollering and screaming and embarrassing her in front of everybody. That's not very friendly of you. Now, Jen is asking about the fatty photo. Now, besties, I really looked at the picture last night. I saw it, but glancing because I'm more focused on writing my notes out. But I paused it, rewound it a few times, and I looked. And yeah, the shirt was ugly, but that picture was clearly, well, I guess early 2000s. I was going to say the 90s, but it can't be that far back. But she didn't look that bad. As far as body type, she was just thick. Honey, Jill was thicker than a snicker, but she wasn't like big, fat. So and then Jen says, that was a time. She said, I'm sure that picture was a time back when I was at home raising my kids. I was not focused on me, my looks, the gym, eating right, nothing. I was worried about getting them kids fed, clothed, bathed, to school, whatever. And she said, and Tamara could take a page out of my book and go raise her family. I said, oh, 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 okay, 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 okay. Go ahead, Jen girl. Go off, girl. So they all go to a Mardi Gras dog parade. They're going here to support, rescue dogs and making sure they're getting adopted. And most of these women have dogs. I don't think Heather has a dog. And she was having the most fun, honey. I saw her blowing the whistle. And then she had a tambourine in her hand. And she was just having fun. And it's good to see that. We all need to have fun. So then after that, y'all, they go see Bloody Mary at the Voodoo shop. And this is where it gets a little dark. They're going in to make voodoo dolls, right? And honey, Gretchen, Shannon, and Tamra, they was not here for it, honey. They was sitting to the side looking like, we just gonna sit here and watch, because they wanted no parts of no voodoo and no doll. But Bloody Mary told them that they were still a part of it because they were there. So they said, all right, peace out. And they left. Tamara walked on talking about Bloody Mary is a witch. They like, no, thank you. You messing with my spirituality. I'm not doing it. Shannon already said, I'm Team Jesus, not doing it. Tamara, she got baptized a long time ago. She ain't doing it. And Gretchen is a Southern Belle. She ain't into that. Nope, So they leave to go outside to talk or whatever. So Emily is telling the ladies that Shannon and Tamara made up, and she was right there sitting in the middle. She witnessed it, okay? She probably took all the accountability. She took credit for that. So Shannon's explaining outside to Gretchen that she did not call Katie a criminal. She says she commits illegal acts. Recording me is illegal. Gretchen says, I like Katie. And she tells Shannon that, well, you want to talk about illegal acts. Well, Shannon, you got a DUI. So zip it, because that's illegal. Tamara was like, oh. She was like, oh, she getting it started. Oh my goodness. She was like, pow, pow, fired. So Tamara suggests that Shannon gives Katie another chance. She said, just give her another chance. And if she messes that up, then it's whatever. Shannon tells Tamara that Katie told the blogger, what was her name? Kiki Monique, that Gretchen said Tamara roofied her. Gretchen was like, oh my gosh, what? Oh my goodness. So Tamra explains that this happened 17 years ago. She had a party at the house. She was probably still with Simon, and Gretchen came over. You know, she used to always act so prime and proper. So her and Vicky, Tamra and Vicky, wanted to get Gretchen wasted so they can see the real Gretchen. And something, I guess, then she said not they didn't want to get her naked, they just want to see her loosen up. And so Gretchen says she never said that, and she is very overwhelmed by this information, and she just like, oh my goodness. So she said, I would have said something about that by now. I wouldn't be holding on to that because Tamara, I'm not here to make you look good, baby. No, 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 no. So they're like, oh, you will, oh. So the voodoo crew, child, they are learning what to do with their voodoo dolls. They have assembled these dolls. Child, Bloody Mary is baptizing these dolls. And Gina wants to tell us that voodoo is not evil or dark. It's more about manifestation and positivity. Okay, Gina, go off, girl. We'll see what happens when you bring that voodoo doll to your house, and we'll see how it goes from there. Let us know, okay? Because I want to know. Tamara tells Gretchen that she wants to talk to her because things are so different now. Like, you're older, time has passed, you have a daughter now, blah, blah, blah. And Gretchen is brought to tears because she's like, I just can't go back into this mess again with y'all. It's just too much. And I'm like, well, Gretchen, why do you think you're here, hun? you know, why are you here? You are here for the mess. What are you talking about? But okay, try to be authentic. Try to be authentic. But you crying lets me know that you're breaking down and the mess is about to get started. If not this episode, it's coming. So, they're all consoling her. And Shannon's like, okay, no, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. I'm like, okay. Okay. So Shannon is excited because now Katie is in more trouble. She's going to be catching heat from Gretchen now. Shannon is down for that, honey. So Tamara goes to Shannon's hotel room later that night. They're getting ready for dinner. And so they're having some friendly banter. Tamara comes in with a glass. Shannon's like, what's in that glass? And Tamara's like, water. Production zeroes in on the glass. It's a little gold, just a little, and it can be anything from tequila. It's not vodka, it's not gin, because those are clear, but it could be a light rum. Let's go with tequila. These are Cali girls. We drink tequila. So they have friendly banter. Shannon's all over the place. She's dressed, but her hair isn't done yet. It's all over the place. She got a piece in her hand, and Tamara wants to brush her hair. And she's like, don't forget your phone and wear some underwear. And it's like, well, she has on pants. And did y'all see later on in front of the restaurant, Shannon was digging in her. Yeah, did y'all see that? She was straightening her thigh butt situation out. So Tamara leaves her room and leaves her to finish getting dressed. So now Gretchen is telling Jen the news. They're in their, I guess they're in Gretchen's hotel room. And about Tamara telling everyone. And so Tamara's telling everyone in the van about Katie saying Gretchen told her that Tamara roofied her at the night of the naked wasted party or whatever. So Tamara's nervous about bringing it up, but she will at dinner, but she's kind of nervous. So it explains that that's why something was in your glass. And okay, we'll get there. So Katie gets to Gretchen's room, and Gretchen tells her what Tamara said. Katie is like putting the pieces together. She's like, oh, okay. So the scheme that Todd set up, the plan is to make Katie look bad. She's supposed to look like the bad person in the group. And Katie says, no, I didn't do that. I didn't talk to Kiki Monique about that. I didn't say nothing like that. So Gretchen tells us that her and Slade doesn't even believe Tamara and neither does Heather or Gina. Okay. So Katie is in the van headed to dinner and she is mad. Honey, she is mad. So Tamra pulls Gretchen to the side at dinner and she's like, come on, let me talk to you for a minute. So she asks, should I say something? And it's like, Tamra, are you battling yourself? You trying to be cool, but you like, should I say something? Should I not say something? So Gretchen tells her, I already talked to Katie. Oh, you did? Well, what did she say? Oh, I don't believe Katie said that. What? So then Katie gets up from the table. She goes behind them. She goes to them. And so she tells Tamara that she didn't tell Kiki Monique that. Tamara says, so no, now, no, no, no. Two people reached out to me and they told me. Katie said, who? She said, well, they don't want to be named. Tamara, you're lying. So Gretchen tells Tamara, I still want to talk to you, but we can harp on this or we can just move on. So Tamara flashes. She's like, wait, so you think I made this story up? Gretchen was like, well, no, but no, I didn't say that. So Tamara goes back to the table. Gretchen believes Katie. I feel blindsided because just 5 hours earlier, Gretchen was signing with me. They show production rolls the tape. So Shannon and Katie, they go back and forth and back again because honey, Shannon is not here for it. Shannon was clapping at Katie when she arrived, talking about, you successfully have hurt everybody at this table. And so Shannon's like, I can't stand you. And everybody's like, oh my gosh. And she was like, because I'm angry. And Katie says, Shannon, we know. And Shannon's like, you're a liar. And Katie says, wait a minute, boo. I own what I did wrong. So don't go there. Shannon's like, you've heard everyone at this table except for Jen. You're known as the leak. The leak? Gretchen wants proof. She said, I just need some proof for all this because all y'all doing is just jaw jabbing. And she said, because Katie is my friend. And Tamra, we have a bad track record, right? So I'm not just gonna be all in on what Tamra's saying because I don't trust her. So Jen, so then Jen says, look, since we all talking, where is the picture of me? Tamara's like, what picture? Tamara is sitting there. She looks so high. Did she really pop a pill or two? Because she looks so dazed. Jen says to Tamara, like, you hurt people too. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Jen, Jen, you are having a good season, honey. You are having a good season. You are not playing, honey. You mean all we had to do was had an FBI come to your house and now you on some rah-rah finally? Okay, girl, I like to see you in this light. Keep it going. Okay, so Tamara's like, child, I ain't even on what you on. I am high. And I don't even know what you're talking about because I'm high. Jen's like, you've been showing people pictures of me. Tamara's like, oh, girl, remember you reached out to me back in 2013 as a fan. Jen is like, as a fan? What? She was like, are you on Xanax? Stay on track, Tamara, and you need to start making sense because you're not making sense. I was like, okay, Jen. Emily says the obsession is the deflection. You keep saying she's obsessed with you, want to be you. Let's get to the real issue. Tamara says, for the last 2 years, it's just been tit for tat. Gretchen says, well, where did that start? Girl, Tamara told her it's none of your business. Then Tamara looks at Katie and tells her to F off. I said, wow. Tamara said earlier after she has that first drink, that second one, in comes the dirty and the nasty. The dark, dirty, and the nasty. Gina checks Tamra. She said, wait, check this out, Tamra. You are being very rude. You're sitting over there with one eye open. She like, this is my table. And it's not fun being in the middle of all your bull crap. I was like, yes, Gina. Heather agrees. You know, this is supposed to be Tamra's friend, but she agrees. Yeah, I don't like being in the middle of this. It's not fun. It's not fun. And then she offers, you know, people, anybody want my yaya gumbo? You, Gretchen, you want some of my yaya gumbo? She's like, no. Then she's like, Tamra. Tamra's like, I don't want anything from you. And Heather's like, why are you talking to me like that? And she said, I just don't want it. I just don't want it. I said, because you asked Gretchen, did she want some first? That's why she don't want to fool with you. You done made her mad. Shannon thinks Tamra is drunk. She said, yeah, because that water looked like liquor. That water was not water. It was liquor. Production zoomed in on it. It's little gold. I'm going to go with tequila. Tamra takes a page out of Shannon's book and baby, she walks off. This is Tamra's second time walking off, honey. I think all while they've been in New Orleans, right? She walked off from the first dinner. So then Heather runs after her. They meet at the elevator. And she tells Heather to F off. And she said, yeah, you can have Gretchen. You want to give her your yaya gumbo before me, you can have her. So that's not what she said. That's just me, you know, some little back and forth. And so she's gone after me. She's called my husband gay. She connected with my daughter, and I'm not doing this. You're doing it, Tamra. You've already gotten started, honey. You're doing it, sweetie. Tamra says she wants her friends there for her. She just going through some stuff. She doesn't feel loved or wanted. This group, there's no place for her anymore. And she texts Gina and tells her to F off. Gina told her to go to bed. Tamra said Gina crossed the line. And Gina says she has had it with Tamra. Tamra is, next time we see her, child, she is walking out. She is in the van. She asked production, are you going to send for me a ride or do I need to call an Uber? Then we see her in the van. She's calling Eddie, telling him to find her a flight. She is out. Oh, wait, Bessie. So then, I'm glad I thought of this because I almost forgot. So then Gina went on Instagram and saw, oh, sorry, hold on, that Tamra posted this on her Instagram. It says, it was a long run. When life gives you real problems, this reality, bleep, doesn't make sense. Peace out. I'm out. Ciao. Ciao. It has been a long run, Tamra, but remember you got fired and you came back. So, child, we got to see. It isn't to be continued. So we have to see what happens. Is Tamra leaving? Is that why Gretchen is back? And if she leaves, then what's going to happen? They're just going to gang up on Katie and then that's not going to work because I thought Shannon and Katie was going to form an alliance. They did become friends off camera, but then now they're not cool anymore. So, oh my goodness. Child, and I forgot to say, I hollered when Gina told Tamara, you're sloshed with one eye open. Child, the way I hollered that one eye open and she was sloshed. That's when Tamara got mad, when Gina called her out and called her sloshed. She had it. But we'll see next week what happens. Is Eddie just going to tell her, girl, we need that check because you know I don't have my gym no more, so you need to turn back around. No, you need to go to your hotel and take Gina's advice. Go to bed. Well, besties, drop down in the comment section. Don't correct my grammar. Talk about the show because the block party will start because of you. Okay, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure your notification bell is on so that you know each and every time I post my content. And I'll be back later on tonight, besties, with another recap. It'll be Life After Lockup. Bye, besties.